Welcome back to Michonne's DIY journey, and thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending part of your day with me. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you 3 farmhouse style Valentine DIYs. If you're new here, please consider subscribing as I post weekly DIYs, and if you enjoy this video, give me a big thumbs up. Alright dolls, let's get started. First, you're going to need 2 candle holders from the Dollar Tree, and then I painted them flat white with Rustoleum spray paint, and I got 2 pieces of nautical rope that I had left over from previous projects and decided to wrap those around the bottom of each of those candle holders' mouth openings. All I did was use hot glue to stick them on there, and one of them had a good side and the other one just didn't really look too nice, so I'm using that as a guide as to where I want the front at. So to put these together, I'm using E6000 and hot glue to stack those one on top of the other. So I'm putting one right side up and the other one is upside down to make it look like that. And then I'm going to take this ball that I got from the Dollar Tree in the toy section, and this is what I'm using to put my flowers on. And what I'm doing is poking a hole with my scissors in them. And you can either put the hot glue inside of the hole that you have and then place the rose in there, or you can place the hot glue on the bottom of that rose and then put it in the hole. What I found out was easier was putting it on the bottom of the rose and then putting it in the hole that I made. I have my completed rose ball, but there were some parts where it showed that orange ball. I should have painted it, but I wasn't thinking about it at that time. So I thought about putting red roses in there, and it just didn't work for me. So I decided to go ahead and just glue the petals together that were close enough for me to hide the orange ball underneath. For the candle holder, I made this bow out of Dollar Tree ribbon, and I just put it on the middle of that candle holder because it needed something more, and this is what this came out to. It is a rose topiary and I absolutely love it. Next up, I'm using this Made with Love glass jar and painting it a flat white with Rustoleum again. Then I'm taking some sandpaper and just going to scrape some of that paint off and give it more of a worn look. And I really love how this came out. Then I'm going to add this ribbon that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. It is a red and white checkered pattern, and I'm just wrapping it around underneath the mouth of the jar and just gluing it together and not on the jar. And then I'm taking some of these red roses that I also got from Dollar Tree, folding the bottom stem instead of cutting it, and just going to put it inside of that jar. And it is so pretty, and it was so simple and easy to do. For the last DIY, I am going to be using this wood love sign as well as some reindeer moss to put on the O. And all I'm going to do here is just put hot glue on that O and pack all of that reindeer moss in there pretty nicely. Once I have that O covered, I am then going to make sure that I make it look a little bit more neat. So I'm just going to cut off some of the extra moss that's on the side or in the middle of the O so that you can clearly see the O in this word. After that moss is on there, I am going to then paint the rest of the letters using this Waverly chalk paint in ivory. And I'm just going to take a foam brush and then just start painting it. It's no rhyme or reason to it. My brush strokes are not all the same. Although I did try to go in one motion downward, I did 2 paint coats on here. So the second coat, I did everything in a downward motion. And then when you are painting around that O, you just want to make sure you get that moss out of the way because it'll stick to the paint, obviously. But it wasn't too difficult or too much of a problem, really. After it has dried completely, I am then going to use this jute twine and just begin to wrap it around the word completely, but also leaving some space. So what I'm going to do is glue the first piece onto the back to make sure that it stays, and then just start wrapping it around. And pretty much I'm using the E as a guide, and I'm just going to do 2 wraparounds for each of those lines. So 2 on the bottom part of the E, 2 in the middle of the gap, and then so on and so forth all the way up. So it has about 8 or 10 rows, I believe, on there. And just once I'm done, I am then going to cut that piece that is on the end and then just hot glue it down to the back. I also felt that this needed a little bit more, so I decided to take these red hydrangeas, I believe, and then just glue a little stem on to the end of that E on the corner. And I really love how it came out. Although it's farmhouse style, I love how you can put a little pop of color in your farmhouse decor and it still look really well. These are all of the items together on the table that I do have in my kitchen area, and I absolutely love how everything came out, and it's so pretty and goes so well with my farmhouse Valentine's Day decor. Thanks again so much for watching, dolls. I really appreciate you spending part of your day with me. Remember, if you're new here, please consider subscribing as I post weekly DIYs. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. All right, dolls and friends, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.